now you're fucking supporting Sturdy Shelter, huh? Holy shit.
Hey, they gave me one to try.
Steal our goddamn parking.
It's on live.
Everybody. Yep. This burger steals all our parking and makes it hard for us to do business here. I don't care what I do. Give me free beer. I don't already.
All right. So, well, just right outside up here on the bridge in Batavia here, they got a little, I don't know, maybe about 20 people up there, maybe.
Yep. They're free in Palestine.
Free Palestine.
But so that's what I'm really confused about. Who do they want to free them from? Hamas or from Israel? Said stop the bombing on Gaza. My fear is it's going to end up just like Afghanistan, right? As soon as we leave, or if they stopped or Israel stops, it's a great way to let Taliban take over and have control. Hamas is the same. You know, three of the richest men in the world are leaders of Hamas. I just saw the thing yesterday. I didn't know. But they're all multi-billionaires, the leaders of Hamas. It's crazy.
Well, you take the money instead of giving it to the people and then just let it run. I don't know.
I don't know. You can't leave another terrorist cell unchecked.
Yeah, and then let's see what else. January 6th, footage come out. There's 40,000 minutes, hours, something like that.
It's all. Like I said, I saw the one where the one guy they had handcuffed. They walked him in, took the handcuffs off him. He fist bumped the police officer there. It was so ridiculous. So none of it's real. It's all a bunch of BS.
The protesting was real. Well, the stuff they were doing, but it
wasn't real. But all the rest, some of the stuff, they obviously had inside people who were involved in trying to get it going and make it happen.
Now be careful, by saying that, you can get yourself kicked out of who knows what.
All right. Well, the good news is we're only going to have free speech for a little while longer. And then nobody can get hurt ever again.
Yeah.
Because speech is violence and violence is speech. And
microaggressions and...
It always blows my mind when I see someone agreeing that we should limit free speech. A college-educated person I saw an interview with, and he's like, "Yeah, we should limit it so no one gets hurt." Do they not understand that? Then who's the decider? Who's the decider of what's acceptable or not? Right? As soon as you draw the line starts moving. No one said it better than Larry Flint. Larry Flint said, "I'm the worst of everybody. I'm the absolute worst. And if you protect me, then everybody else is safe." That's the most intelligent thing I've ever heard somebody say. Protect absolutely the worst. And then you're going to be okay because you're not going to be as bad as him, so your speech is safe. But once someone says, well, this is not free speech, this is not free speech, then there's no end to where the line's drawn.
Well, I mean, it's the same way with any of the Constitution, that Second Amendment, right? Mm-hmm. You take a little by little, you give them an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's how it always goes.
Look how hard we have to fight to protect our Second Amendment, First Amendment.
Well, I think it makes me mad.
The Fourth Amendment, really.
They're not going to take away our rights. We're going to give them away willingly. The next generation just doesn't get it. We're so far from when we had to fight for those rights that they take it for such granted now that they think they're just there. They don't recognize that it was blood, sweat, and tears that was shed to make those happen, to guarantee them for everybody. And everybody's like, "Oh, well, you're just born with it. That's just what it is, and it's okay to give up a little bit and not realize what it takes to get those or get them back ever. And once you give it up, you'll never get it back. Especially once you've disarmed all the citizens in this country, you can never get it back.
Especially when we're one of the few countries that we are a democratic, a constitutional republic.
Right.
We're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic.
Right. So most every country where the citizens aren't allowed to have guns is a dictatorship. Yeah. And I'm sorry, the UK and Britain is a dictatorship. When you have a royal family that you're supporting who provide no value, no benefit, and they don't live okay. They live way beyond their means, way just disgustingly over the top and take advantage of the whole society and provide nothing in return. That to
Yeah.
me is a
What
dictatorship.
do you need? What do you need? I mean, they have a prime minister,
We're providing no value.
but the
Or
prime
showpiece.
minister has to report to them, right?
Remember, they have no power. They can't override. They can't overturn decisions. They make no decisions. Yep, the old quote. You never know what freedom is till it's taken away from you. Yep. The problem is when it's gone now, and you're no longer allowed to have weapons, assault weapons, or anything that you can fight back with, you won't get them back. It's history repeating itself. The reason the Second Amendment came about, the biggest supporter of the Second Amendment was John Adams. The reason he was so supportive of it, because when we started the revolution, he could not believe that we didn't have guns. He's like, how stupid are we? How lazy have we become? How arrogant, how ignorant to come to this new land, not bring guns, not have a way to defend ourselves against tyranny or anything else. How do we not have an army set up? But are we this dumb and this lazy?
Because the government protecting them.
And I say, yeah, where's the British? He's like, how can we ever let this happen? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Because when they first started the Revolutionary War, how they got it was a small group of guys went and took over a British platoon, stole their weapons, and that's what they were fighting with. And that's when John Adams realized, he's like, this is the dumbest thing ever. So let's get this go, and let's put something in place so that can never happen again. And look at how quick Canada fell apart over this.
Yeah.
Guys
Hopefully,
go authoritarian,
Canada will get that one prime minister, one guy who's running for prime minister, a sensitive conservative. Really, really fun. I mean, his interviews are great. I can't remember the guy's name, but that one time where he's getting interviewed by a reporter while he's eating an apple, and he's like, "So you're taking the pages right out of Donald Trump's book. Which pages are they? Which ones? You tell me. I'm not making this political. You're making it,
Yeah.
It's like, well, these people say, well, which people? You tell me which ones they are. Well, there's a lot of them. Well, which ones? Tell me. I mean, he was just making that guy look like an ass.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. So now the governor's doing this monitoring social media. That's so disgusting.
Kathy Hochul.
And now the social score is coming. They're starting to use that more and more, just like China has a social score. If you do something in public they don't like, they'll hurt you from getting a job. You get to the point where you can't vote, you can't take public transportation,
buy a
you can't buy a house, you can't live in certain properties. So that's all coming.
And that is under democracy, because democracy leads to socialism.
It's funny, I saw there was either a Black Mirror about it. They did the whole thing about your social score and how it screwed you. Like, this girl started out really great, had one bad day at work, and like her whole life spiraled because they just kept dropping her social score. She couldn't get anything, couldn't do anything. So socialism's coming. It's going to.
Yeah, there was another. I can't remember what show it was. It was the same guy who did the Family Guy. What's his name? He does the one. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane. But he did that, Spaceship One.
Yeah.
And they did something like that with a social score, and where, like, hey, you're really good and your things get real popular, and then when you're not really popular, you're like this. You get thrown in jail or something. It was.
Well, it happens in China, man. It's like they started having to wear masks in the streets so that they don't get penalized. So the cameras aren't, because there's cameras everywhere. There is no freedom there.
No, it's still a communist country.
I hope we don't end like Germany in the 30s. This is exactly what happened, right? In Germany, Hitler went the first time, tried to fight during World War I to get ahead of it. Ran as basically the liberal, not liberal, and the liberals became so far to that way. They wanted to start taking away freedoms because on the other side was evil. And this is exactly what's happened now. Our liberals believe everybody on the other side of the aisle is evil, is pure evil. And the only reason people on the other side of the aisle think and react the way they do is not because they have different experience, different education, or different knowledge. It's simply because they're evil.
Well, Hitler didn't come about that until after World War I. I mean, yes, he did see what the Jews were doing at the time, right? He was trying to be an artist, and could never make it anywhere, and just become more hateful of society.
Yeah, but initially he tried to get into the party and move up the ranks, and the first time he failed, couldn't overtake it, so he moved kind of the liberal thing, and then he joined a far left liberal party who wanted him, and the far left comes right back around to basically dictatorship, communism. But what you have to do first is you convince everybody on the one side that the other side is evil.
Yeah.
That's what they've done nowadays. In colleges, schools now convince kids that these are the beliefs, and if anybody who doesn't believe you, it's because they're evil. That's
If
why-
you're conservative, you're evil.
right, that's why they won't debate. They can't debate. They can never debate. They stand there and scream. I've watched it every time. Let's have a conversation. They stand there and just scream and act like idiots, and you can't debate them, and they won't listen, and they just argue and yell and insult. Whereas most conservatives are willing to have a debate and talk and have a discussion. The liberals aren't, because they've been conditioned from the time they're in second grade on that everything else is evil, and you don't listen to evil, and you don't talk to evil, and you don't negotiate with evil. So that's what Hitler did. Hitler convinced everybody that the Jews were pure evil, that they were there to take apart Germany. And it's how you have to gain power, is convince them that other party's evil. That's what's happening.
Right.
And you go from liberal to the far left is almost as far right as you can possibly go. So you take over and control because you know what's best. You know what's best for the country. You know what's best for the people. So they never think they're the bad ones. They think they're doing the right thing and helping everybody make decisions that they couldn't make on their own.
Well, that would be almost any side, right? If you go way too far right,
Yeah, but generally it happens from the left. Right. Yes, the very far right. That's what I said. Like, they're so far left. You get so far left, you actually become far right. It's a full circle.
Yeah.
It's a circle. It's not a line.
It's a circle.
It's a circle. Yeah. And you go far enough left, you're as far right as you can possibly go. So honestly, somebody in the middle is I think is the only thing long term it's going to kind of move people back towards the middle. There's a lot of pushback on all this ridiculous woke shit now. Finally, it's coming back. I mean, when there's 3,000 genders and there's 10,000 pronouns, it's just gotten to the point of ridiculousness.
No, when I see companies or businesses putting pronouns like he, she, or what is it, she, it, or she, her, or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know.
It's the one that give me like the they, them. It's like, I'm two people. You're not. That's just self-important, self-centered, exactly like what these pronouns look like when you're so adamant about your pronouns, is that you're self-centered and it's just all about you. I think what happened is all these kids were told that they were so special. You're special, raised by helicopter parents. They got out in the real world and they found out they're not special anymore. So the only way to make themselves special is make it difficult for everybody around them to deal with them, to talk to them, cross as many hurdles as you can in just normal everyday speech, and then have an explosion if they say it wrong, something they've been doing for 40 years. Right? And like you've been assaulted, you've been attacked because they said you or she or he rather than Zemi or whatever the bullshit you come up with, whatever fake other shit you come up with.
Yeah, I mean, there's boy and girl. Pretty much it. Man, woman.
I think anybody can have any pronouns they want. You can call yourself whatever you want, whatever gender you want. I don't care.
But just don't force it.
Right. You can't force me to compel. What I like now is I see a lot of, there's one lady on TikTok. She's like, I'm a bull dyke. I'll tell you, guess what? There's only two genders. And like, the guy referred to me as sir. I wasn't insulted. I look like a dude. She's like, look at me. I look like a dude. My hair's short. Look like a dude. I dress like a dude. So why would I be offended by that? It's like, people are going to address you however you appear. It's about appearance. So,
right. Because I mean, if you're a man dressed up as a woman, but you got the deep voice, you're going to be, guy.
Right. You can't make everybody.
Sorry, dude, or whatever the fuck.
You can't make everybody play along with whatever costume you're wearing. Right. If you're wearing a costume, but you're obnoxiously a dude, but you look like.
Dude looks like a lady.
I don't think half the time people are trying to be insulting. They're trying to be correct. So I don't know. I think half the time people don't know how to do it. Like, do you want me to refer to you as a woman, or do you want me to refer to you as a dude? Or how about if you want to be a woman, then shave your beard and look more like a woman, or wear that costume? I don't know. It's crazy, but I think when they do the whole in between thing, I'm dressed like a woman, but I have a beard and a mustache. I need attention. I need to stand out some way so that I have a special attention because I'm very special.
But you know who's not doing it? Enemies of America.
Well, I thought one of the most interesting things was I watched the guy in Thailand. He walks up to the girl on the street. We were talking about this. Like, there's a whole video. It's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so bitch. She's like, I'm not a lady. She tells him like right out. He's like,
I'm a lady boy.
Yeah, I'm a lady boy. Like, it's not. I'm a woman. You better address me as a woman. She's like, So
Like, okay, cool. Hey, it's your thing.
she knows she's not a woman, but she's upfront about what I think that's totally cool.
Warsaw. I can't read it from here.
Says me, I think. Wait, you think we should ban TikTok? I think we should. It's because Chinese indoctrinating platform that is destroying our kids.
So under TikTok, Chinese TikTok is way different than American TikTok or the world's TikTok, because TikTok in China is mostly educational for kids, right? Get them make them smarter than our kids are now.
As bad as it is, I love the platform.
Yeah, it's a great platform. I mean, we use it for social media stuff.
It's addictive. I get why the kids are so entrenched in it.
And you know, the bad thing is too, like any anybody now, what's our 15 seconds? That's about it. We pay attention to. If you're nothing interested, flip.
The hard part is like every social media platform has some taint on it. This one censors all this. This one censors all that. They're all private businesses, right? So they're not public forums. They're not, so they can do whatever they want. It's a private business. But so which one are you not going to use?
Should it be monitored by the Chinese government? Is it being monitored by the Chinese government? Most likely. TikTok is. You don't think they're watching all these guys' locations and military stuff they showed? Yeah, they're monitoring it.
Of course they are.
Chinese aren't stupid. They say they're not, but they are. We all know. Of course. I mean, if they want to bomb us here at Gun Barrel Coffee, they know exactly where to find us.
Facebook said they weren't censoring posts from conservatives. Then they just came out. They were there censoring 75% of them, right? And so everybody lies, and does whatever they want to do.
But the other thing too is social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Kids are using it. They're when they should be reading a book, right? Kids, not many kids are reading books anymore. They're flipping through their social media stuff.
Attention span is
span is way shorter than it used to be.
I have social media caused part of it, I think, too.
Yeah, most likely.
I know my attention span has gotten shorter since social media became. When in college time, I read novels all the time. I read
but there was really no social media.
I read a 1,700-page book twice because I love the book so much. So I don't have time. I can't find time in the day to read 1,700-page book. 3 weeks. I used to obviously I'd finish one novel, get the next. Finish one novel, get the next. Then I would read those autobiographies constantly. Now social media. I get all my information in 30-second bursts.
Well, it's just like when you take a road trip with the family. There was nothing. Either you took a book with you or coloring, or you just looked outside the window or listened to music and say, oh, here's this. Here's the next town. Or you fall asleep in the car. Now, kids don't have a iPad or something to watch. Oh, yeah. They're going crazy.
Well, the crazy thing is we all like information. What I've learned is as people, we all like information, right? We all like new information coming into our brains. And so it becomes like a drug. It's all the endorphins get released. And so what happened was the creators of TikTok, social media realized people really enjoy that.
15, but 20 seconds.
How do you get it? How do you get more of it? It's just, how do you get more of the drug? You like the drug, but rather than taking 3-4 days to get the whole high, what if we give it to you in 30-second snapshots and give you as much as possible? I mean, look at TikTok. You can watch 100 videos in under a half hour. Just flip, next one, next one. It's just mainlining the drug as fast as you possibly can get into your veins.
Yeah, something that keeps you satisfied, mind occupied.
Right.
What used to be TV shows or movies, now people watch 30-second clips of.
Yeah, plus, I don't have to watch fucking commercials. But network TV is so horrendous now. I can't even understand how anybody can even watch it. I don't ever watch it because we watch movies most of the time. But then I got stuck someplace watching network TV. And network TV now, the half-hour show was initially 26 minutes. Then it went down to 22
minutes or something.
Now I think it's now 17 minutes of show and 13 minutes of commercial. And that
an hour show is like 42 minutes.
Yeah, it's gotten so bad. I just sit there watching. I'm like, when is the show on? I've just been sitting there watching commercials for it feels like 5 minutes. It never ends. I'm like, this is horrendous. But now you're in control information. So I think what we really don't like about TikTok is there's no one in the US that's monitoring and censoring the content. So there's not a US slant on it. So whatever information they want will come across. I mean, the FBI paid Twitter. They admitted that in Congress the other day, that the FBI gave a direct order to Twitter of what posts to take down.
Yeah.
So they're manipulating Twitter. So, but the FBI,
before Musk bought it,
right? But FBI can't manipulate TikTok. They can't, because it's out of the control. So that's what they're really upset about. They're not because it's Chinese and they're spying on us. It's because they can't control it. They can't control the narrative. And when you can't control the narrative, that's how you lose control. I mean, think about it. As more automation we get, the less jobs there will be for people. You're gonna eliminate the middle class.
As Warsaw is saying here, even children movies are kind of indoctrinating.
Disney has gone.
Disney's
gone
off the rails.
Off the rails.
I will say there's some of it is just like Disney doesn't make really good movies anymore too much. They're not.
They're more interested in spreading the message, the woke message, than they are in spreading the great morality from tales of old. Twitter also now is still not impressed with Elon Musk. Well, they're losing him. They just lost massive amounts of advertising budget because, for whatever reason, he doesn't like IBM. So he's putting all their ads up next to Nazi stuff. So IBM pulled all their ads. Once IBM pulled their ads, like 7 other companies this morning, the big companies, pulled all their ads off of X or Twitter, whatever it is now.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Elon the most, he just doesn't give a damn. He does not give a damn. He does not fold to pressure, doesn't fold to social pressure, doesn't fold to media pressure, doesn't fold to government pressure. He tells them to go screw themselves. He just does whatever he wants to do. But
that's sort of like what's his name from UFC, White.
Yeah, Dana White.
Yeah. Watching a couple of interviews with him, he just don't care.
It's kind of a way to I gotta get lighting for the facility.
Jesus.
So it's just at least someone's leading the opposition and proving that you can still be opposed.
Okay, I don't care about mail messages.
To install the AI monitoring system, with the kill switch. Yep. They can do it now. The funny thing is they can do it now because OnStar and all the other vehicle monitoring stuff, like what's ours on the Hyundai's Blue
Link.
They can do it on there.
Or where they call it now, it's something.
Yeah, but you can do it on there. So almost every car. Remember, it's connected for your convenience, and then the best thing was my own fucking car reported me to my insurance company. I had no idea when I first bought that Infinity, the stupid whatever monitoring, reported to my insurance company. My company raised my insurance, like, you're driving more miles than we initially set up your insurance for, so we're raising your insurance rate. I'm like, so my own car told on me? I guess it's not my car. But where in the world did I sign up for that was okay, that you could just go and my car could tell other people what I'm doing? So the thing that's supposed to help me, that's supposed to be a benefit to me, is one more thing to take away my freedom.
Is there a place and time for AI stuff? I think on some things.
I mean, AI is going to take away, like I said, it's going to take away jobs. Because once things get automated, you won't need as many people.
Yeah.
And so this is where the universal income and the socialism comes from. Eventually, when there's not enough jobs for the amount of people we have, the only solution is going to be provide some kind of universal income. And our government can't afford to provide everybody a great lifestyle. They can afford to provide everybody just barely above in the streets, poverty income. You're all going to have your individual square boxes. You're going to have just the clothes you need, just the food you need, just the luxuries you need. You're going to live on what you need. There's going to be some tremendously wealthy people at the very top. So it'll be a very small sect, but they'll be so ungodly wealthy, it'll be unbelievable. And there'll be a bunch of poor people. We'll all be poor, just barely getting by, and there'll be a bunch of outcasts, but there will be no more middle class.
Middle classes. I mean, it's already dwindling.
They're doing it through health insurance alone. You can't even afford health insurance if you're middle class now. Health insurance has gotten so ridiculous. You have a family of 4, you're paying $2,000 a month for the privilege of paying $20,000 deductible before you get any coverage. So it costs you $24,000 a year to pay insurance company $20,000. Pay $20,000 medical bills, and then most every insurance company is subsidized by the government through our tax dollars, so they can turn on charges for the same insurance that they're already getting subsidized for.
Yeah. And plus, health insurance, once they got into the game, just made everything rise. It used to be affordable going to hospital for a $100 surgery is now, $50,000.
Right. Nobody goes. The problem is nobody goes to the doctor because they can't afford it, and usually it bankrupts and wipes everything out.
That's why so many people will go overseas to have surgeries.
I just watched a friend of ours who actually runs a group of the gun shows here. His wife fought cancer for 3 years. Their plan was to retire at 63, enjoy their lives. They had done enough. In the last 2 years,
Just wiped
it
them.
completely wiped them out. Completely wiped them out. She passed away, unfortunately, but it wiped him out. So now he's 63, going back to work, and going to work till whatever day he gets to die on, so he can finally retire. So all those plans, everything that has, just all gone.
Mhm.
Wiped out 63, 60, 50 years of working, hard labor, saving, being responsible. In 2 years, got completely wiped out. So what the hell do? You can't afford to live. And then you can't afford to go to the doctor. So I guess, I've talked to my wife about a bunch of times. Either one of us gets cancer. Unfortunately, we have kids, but neither one of us is going to go through treatment. I'm just going to say, that's it. I'm good. I'll die when I die, because it's not worth it. It's not worth bankrupting my family. It's not worth being sick for what? So as much as it sucks, it's the best decision I can make for my family. Take the thousands of dollars you'd spend in, on medical care, save it for the kids.
All right. On that happy note,
It is
we'll end the
Thanksgiving.
show.
We're having a Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
Starting Friday, BF 11 will give you 11% off 2 bags or more. Take advantage. What we say? Starting Friday, go until
Friday
Sunday.
till Sunday midnight, or
Friday, Sunday midnight. I think that's what I
Yeah.
set it up for. Go ahead, take advantage. Go get great coffee. Take a bag. Get it now. We'll send it out before the holiday. Take a bag to Thanksgiving with you. What a great treat. Take our brandy infused coffee. It's so good.
it is good coffee. Don't forget. And if not, for the next couple of weekends, we'll be down in Ottawa, Illinois, for the Kris Kringle. Don't
Yep.
forget about that.
Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fridays 4 to 8. Saturdays 11 to 6. Sundays 11 to 4. We'll be in a wooden hut there outside. It's a good event. The whole town takes part. Great shopping. All sorts of local businesses and small businesses.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everybody for joining us. We're gonna make this short, sweet.
Have a great holiday,
Get
everybody.
to enjoy our weekend.
Be safe. Be happy.
That's upstairs.